Michael Jackson has flown 404 floors and has $1.27 billion with a high score of 9.13 meters. Okay. Now I buy the airplane, and then I jump off the edge. I get it. Now I have to buy the first floor, which increases our height. And then I jump off again. You can't control it at all. But it really is as simple as that. That must be Michael Jackson up there now. I got a lucky block. Wow. $28,000. Oh, there it is. There's fucking Michael Jackson left. Do you want to add via paper plane? No. Don't ever talk to me about that ever again. Now we need the level 2 paper plane. And another floor. And another floor. We jump off again. Bruh. I get it. I get this game. Usually I don't get these games. But this game I get. I guess me and this guy are on the same team or something? Is that what's happening here? Or he's just hanging out? Oh no, he's teleporting to other towers. I get it. It's just like Club Penguin. I guess I have to keep flying. Buy another floor. Let's go visit the other towers. Let's go visit Soccer 37P. No, let's just go to the highest. 334 floors. Dressed to impress slaves. I can't go there. He's privated it. We can go to number 2 and jump off. See how far this gets us. Bruh. Damn. That's way away. Wow. You can use that to... Oh, you can upgrade his. I see. Oh, you get money for jumping off his fucking thing. I see. $60,000? You might as well just go to his tower and jump off then. It's way better. Oh shit. I got a little diamond there at the back now. $150,000 studs. That's a lot of dudes. And there's my high score. Am I gonna land there again? Wow, almost perfect. We might as well just upgrade the ship then. If I'm just jumping off somebody's tower.
Bruh.
Dude, now we got like a box. I don't see how this one flies better than the pointed one. This doesn't seem nearly as aerodynamic. A new high score. And we can get another one. See what this one looks like. Oh, it's got fins now. I see. Damn, we flew right by that last one. I think if I were a paper airplane,
Bruh.
I'd probably be shaped like a stick. I'd probably just like crater. I'd be really light, really thin, and not aerodynamic at all, and then just crater onto the ground. I think that would be optimal. Is he gonna land in the same spot? How'd that go further? I don't think these are officially licensed Mario noises. I don't think that's the case. Wahoo. Wahoo and all that. Now I've got even more fins. See, now it's starting to revert back to the original shape. Because it's a way better shape. Damn. I got 34 seconds until my next lucky block. Can you completely miss this runway and land in the grass? Now I'm even further back than last jump. Oh, there's my lucky block. $245,000, not too bad. That allows us to get the next one, which looks like a stealth fighter. No fins, no nothing. But you're telling me it's supposed to go further? We'll see about that. Astonishing. Next plane is 945,000, so we're gonna have to do a couple more of these. Ping. I still don't know if this is the most effective tactic. This is all I can assume. $259 floors. That guy's about to climb over me. Man, you really zoom away from those towers. That guy jumped. What the hell? He's going up. Oh, there he goes. Is that good enough? It was not. We need to do one more jump. There you go. Explain. Now we've got fins.
Bruh.
Oh, I've got an orange parachute now. That's a new high score. 1.38. I gotta do this a couple more times now. I think this is the perfect time to get some conversation started. Ready? Read 'em and weep. Got felt pens now, so like they were like $10. If a large company you order from online mistakenly sent you an additional item, would you return it? Probably not if they didn't ask. That's about as far as that question goes. How do we rewrite this to make it way more interesting? Mistakenly send you an additional item. Would you return it? And if you didn't, and they firebombed your house, what would you do? $250,000. Oh, that takes us down to like 1 or 2 more flights. Nice. If a small rather than a large company, what if we made it a small company? Because some people appreciate small businesses more than large businesses, which doesn't make any sense to me. A business is a business. It doesn't matter if you do it artistically, as like an artisan, or if you're JP Morgan and Chase. Oh shit. Level 9. Oh, we got a third fin? We got the diamond fin in the back again. Next question. Would you stretch the truth to sell an infomercial product? I mean, yeah, I would if I had to. Would you stretch the truth to sell an infomercial product? I mean, I guess that's a pretty good question. And we don't change anything about it. I'm sure we can think of something more interesting to say. That guy's got a red boat. Plane boat. You can see why nobody's investing in their towers. You just get a guy with, like, the highest tower, and then you just use his tower. Like, does increasing the floor size give you more money or something? Am I missing out on, like, a lot of money? Would you stretch the truth to sell an infomercial product? I guess, I mean, stretching the truth isn't necessarily lying. But I think a better question is, would you lie to sell an infomercial product? Would you lie? I have to dry the I have to dry the construction paper that this stuff came on. I want it like sticking to the back and smudging. Then I can't read it. You gotta stop climbing people, man. That's weird. It's a weird thing to do. If our government knew that a deadly virus had entered the country, should they tell the public or keep it quiet to prevent panic? I think they should keep it quiet. I don't personally care. Not necessarily to prevent panic, I don't want to hear about it. I think you should stick the drugs into the cheeseburgers so I don't have to worry about getting a shot or whatever. Should they tell the public or keep it quiet to prevent panic? Oh, they put me back on my floor. Oh, he left, that's why. Alright, I guess we have to invest in our own building now. $31, not too bad. We still want to go to the guy with the 120 floors, though. And use his. If our government, instead of knowing about a deadly virus had entered the country, what if they created a virus? Should they tell the public? New, rather than new, we put created deadly virus. Ahoo! If a species of fish is on the brink of extinction, will you order it in a restaurant? I mean, the answer to that is yes. Of course it's yes. I mean, you have to. If a species of fish is on the brink of extinction, do you kill and eat it? Do you kill it and not eat it? Oh, there's my lucky block. A sight for sore eyes. Double airplane is like a hilarious idea. Oh, Chill Guy is on with 262 floors. We gotta go to his. Come here, Chill Guy. $330 34 floors? 614 floors? Good lord, man. High score, 17 meters. I can't imagine trying to toss a paper airplane 17 meters. Is he public? My goodness, he is. We're in space, bro. This is space. Good lord. There's the moon. It's about to be daytime. Wow. Will it go all the way around if you get high enough again? Or does it just sit at the top? It does. Okay. Oh, we were above the clouds. Damn. If a species of fish is on the brink of extinction, will you order at a restaurant? If a restaurant has a clearance sale, will you order from? If a restaurant is having a clearance sale, will you order from it? God, these felt pens are nice. I'm just so it's just I'm using like a 0.1 millimeter, and it's fucking nice to write with. But dude, it feels so delicate. $1.83 million. Oh, he left. We can buy an explain though. Go back to dress to impress. I think he's locked. Yeah. Go back to 120 floors. Well, I got the square ship. If you believed your aging father was no longer a safe driver, would you notify the DMV? Oh, now that's kind of I think that's an interesting question. I don't think we need to rewrite that one. Yeah, I mean, you definitely want the questions where you're like picking fight with people you know. That's the best way to organize these types of questions. Also, but I mean, it's a question about being a snitch, though. I mean, the real question is just like, do you get your dad to stop fucking driving because it's like unsafe or whatever? You don't report it to the fucking DMV. Like, that's not gonna get him to stop driving. Sorry. Taking away the license of somebody who's that old is not going to get them to stop driving. But, I mean, but you can still have, like, communique with, like, your parent instead of going straight to the authorities. Uh, maybe it is an awful question. If you believed your aging father was no longer a safe driver, would you notify the DMV? I mean, no. I wouldn't. Because, like, it's... I mean, you really don't... You really... Listen, in life, you want to try handling the authorities as little as possible. If you can just, like, talk to somebody and get it all sorted out, if this is such a big problem for you, then you really should do that first. Not, like, sneak around, not go to the authorities, not be really weird about it, just go talk to, like, another person for once. These must have been written by, like, a millennial or something. Are the world's ethics evolving or devolving? This was absolutely written by, like, somebody who's in, like, their 50s now. If you believed your aging father was no longer safe to drive, would you notify the DMV? Okay. If you believed your 6-year-old toddler was no longer a safe driver, would you notify? If you believed your 6-year-old toddler was no longer safe, or was no longer a safe driver, would you notify the DMV? And to that I say, no. Let the little bastard drive. He's a better driver than I am, that's for sure. Next question. Are the world's ethics evolving or devolving? What a question. Wahoo! I don't remember buying wings for this. Does this come with it? I need a couple more flights. 2 or 3 more.
Bruh.
Are the world's ethics evolving or devolving? I mean, a better question would be, is the world getting more sinful? Yes or no? Maybe not. Maybe that's the same question. At least in the same vein. I don't think that's what we want, though. I think a question about ethics is wicked fucking boring. The world's ethics, evolving or devolving? I don't know. Why would that matter? How do you even evaluate that? I I pay $200 a month for my Corolla Cross, man. I can't be evaluating questions about ethics. In the world, especially whether they're evolving or devolving, man. I got a car payment. What? They hit me with the burp burp. That guy hit me with the burp burp. Way back. Oh, even further. To go further beyond. With our golden parachute. Or paper plane, rather. Are the world's ethics evolving or devolving? Wouldn't it be better to just, like, smack the back of my nuts with, like, a belt or something? Than trying to answer this question? God. I can turn off the music, I can't turn off the silly sound effects. How do I rewrite this? It's such a simple question, it's hard to rewrite. Are the world's ethics evolving or devolving? You'd think it'd be like a simple, like, one-to-one, like, is food getting worse?
Bruh.
Maybe that's just, like, a better question overall. Is food getting worse or better?
Bruh.
As long as there's not bones in my food, I'm cool with it. Make it as soft or as hard as you'd like. If you and your spouse disagree that something is morally wrong, how should you decide what to do as a couple? They keep them open-ended, which is like a good theorem. But like... I'm not reading these cards to think so much as I am, I don't know, you know, what makes, like, a better starting point for conversation? An open-ended question? Or, like, getting hit by a truck? You know, should I ask you if you and your spouse disagree that something is morally wrong? How should you decide what to do as a couple? Or should I hit you with a question like, your wife fucking killed a guy. You know, how do you handle that? That's it? 405,000? Why you just pee in my cereal, man? Maybe that also was an open-ended question. Maybe I should just rewrite this to be, congrats, you've been hit by a truck. What do I need? 1.65. If you and your spouse disagree that something is morally wrong, how should you decide what to do as a couple? The obvious answer is to draw sticks. Either that or rock, paper, scissors. But you can't really rewrite. I don't know, man. I don't fucking know. Talk it out. Be normal. The obvious answer is to talk it out. I mean, if you read a question like, is food getting worse or better? And you can't come to the simple conclusion of just talk it out. Like, anytime there's, like, a person on these cards, the obvious answer is just fucking talk it out. Like, have you tried talking with your spouse? Instead of, you know, rock, paper, scissoring, or, you know, drawing sticks? Or whatever the hell you have floating around in your brain. I've got fins. I've got the diamond fin. Wahoo! Is morally wrong, how do you decide what to do as couple? I just really want to rewrite the end of the question more than anything. I want to rewrite it. Decide what to do as a couple. I mean, obviously that's what you're gonna do. You know, that's just what happens when you have, like, a significant other. You probably think of them first.
Bruh.
If you're, like, normal. If you're not normal, then this is the fucking question for you. But if you are normal, the obvious answer is to just fucking talk it out. But, like, how do I rewrite this to where it's, like, more interesting question to answer? If you and your spouse disagree, now that's a fine premise. That something is morally wrong, okay, that's a little less of a good premise. Because it's always about morals with these fucking cards, and it's just like, there surely is something more interesting to talk about than, like, a vague notion of morals. Like, every question that you come into contact with in life is basically about morals. There really is no, you know, there really is no need to specify. It's built in. But the question of how should you decide what to do as a couple when you have contention with your spouse is obviously to talk it out with them. So it's a bad question because it's the same answer you're gonna get for pretty much every single one of these questions, which is, have you tried talking it out with your spouse? So a better question, an instantly better question, but a more like lazy question would be, if you and your spouse disagree that something is morally wrong, should you kill them? Because again, this comes down, like, this is an open question, but a better question would be, should I hit you with a bulldozer? You know, should I drive over your nuts with a bulldozer? And the obvious answer to that is no, but you're trying to stimulate, like, an interesting conversation. And I don't get an interesting conversation out of this. I mean, other than the shit I've been going over, but that has been the same question I've been going over since I've started rewriting these cards, man. I mean, I guess something is morally wrong. Should you kill them? You know, because how important are your morals if they don't even stand the weight of murder, you know? Unless you're against murder, then you and I might have some contention. If killing is so bad, you and I might have a problem. Now we're on the square plane. Or the not so square plane. God, I hope that goat keeps screaming in my fucking ear. What or who have you been jealous of in the past? That's a little better question. That really has to make you, like, think deep and then come to, like an embarrassing answer that nobody's ever going to answer, you know? Because that's, like, an embarrassing thing to think about. Kowalski's up there. Yo, Kowalski. That's Wally, not Kowalski. Hello, Kowalski. Can you believe this is only half the distance of the highest of the highest point I've ever been at? Not even a high score. Who or what have you been jealous of? Oh, that's... Again, it's a short question, it's harder to rewrite. The shorter the question, the harder it is to rewrite. Because a simple solution for longer questions is just to shorten them. Maybe... What or who have you been jealous of in the past? What or who have you been jealous of in the future? Oh, he shoots off. Next question. Holy shit, I'm so fucking hungry. I have like a box of donuts sitting on my table that I really want to eat one. So these questions are like irritating me. Would you vote for a politician who lied on a job resume early in his career about graduating from a prestigious university? The obvious answer to that is, of course. Why the fuck wouldn't you vote for a guy like that? That's the most relatable guy you've ever met. Who hasn't lied on a job application, man? Give me a break. But that's a very simple question. I think if you're saying no to that, you're really lame. And that pretty much ends the conversation. But again, this one also comes down to like a yes or no, not exactly open-ended. You give your answer and then you give your explanation, which I don't want you waffling when you're answering my questions. That's the thing. I don't want like a, yeah, that's, okay. So I don't exactly want a yes or no, because that makes for a boring question. But I also don't want you waffling after you give your yes or no, because that's not genuine. I need you to have like a genuine, like again, like getting hit by a semi-truck. You would have a genuine reaction to that. It would hurt like a son of a bitch. And then you would have like a genuine reaction. You wouldn't waffle about it. You'd be like, fuck, that hurt, or you'd be dead. But like for a question like this, it's either like, yeah, I would, or no, I wouldn't, and then you'd say some dumb shit about politicians. Because that's the only thing to say about politicians.
Bruh.
So then how do I rewrite this? Would you vote for a politician who lied on a job resume early in his career? Why is that a he? About graduating from a prestigious university. About, early in his career, about, working from McDonald's. I don't know, same question. Easier, even easier to answer. How about late in his career? Okay, maybe that's a little more interesting. Early? Scratch that. Put late. Now please give me $500,000 again. 1 million? Hot damn. Hello, Gail. Next question. If you knew a relationship wouldn't last, would you keep going out with the person to avoid being lonely? I mean, for most people, I think that's a yes. Maybe. Yeah. Because, I mean, they didn't say it was a bad relationship, they just said the relationship wouldn't last. Now, would they actually? Nah, I don't know. People are weird like that. But would they say they would? Yeah, probably. It's a good time.
Bruh.
If you knew a relationship wouldn't last, would you keep going out with the person to avoid being lonely? If you knew a relationship would last, would you keep going out with the person to avoid being lonely? That's an even more interesting question. It like insinuates that you're going out with them just so you don't feel loneliness. The obvious answer to that is yeah, probably do. Loneliness sucks, man. All fake relationships are, you know, better than fucking loneliness.
Bruh.
Would you keep going out with the person to bum cigarettes off them? I don't fucking know. Yeah, we're gonna write that down. Yeah. Way funny. Would you keep going out with the person to dash bum cigarettes off of them? Would you? I mean, that's obviously a yes or no question. But, I mean, I don't know. Words get stuck in the box.
Bruh.
Which virus do you struggle with most? Oh, which... It says, which virtue do you struggle with most? And which virus do you struggle with most is a way better question. Virus. Which virtue do you struggle with most? I mean, that's a pretty good question, to be honest. Obviously, my answer to that question is wrath, because I'm just killing people all the time. When is pride morally wrong? When is being gay morally wrong, huh? Good. It's always morally. When is pride economically wrong? When is pride something wrong? When is pride ethereally wrong? Corporeally wrong? When is pride corporeally wrong? When is pride, open parentheses, gay, close parentheses, corporeally wrong? Oh, lucky block. No, my lucky block! He's taking it with him. Next question. If you could sue a very wealthy person and win, would you do it? God, that's a fucking bad question. Are you shitting me? Who wrote these, man? I may as well have. If you could sue a very wealthy person and lose, would you do it? If you could kill a very wealthy person, if you could beat a very if you could, oh my god, if you could host an eating competition with a very wealthy person and win, would you do it? Would you out-eat, do you think you could honestly out-eat a guy like Elon Musk? He's got like an extra 200 pounds on you. You know, do you honestly think you're as much a glizzy gobbler as the Musk man? As the muskrat? So the obvious answer to this is yes. Who the fuck wouldn't? How about if you could sue a very homeless man, a very poor person and win? Wealthy. If you could sue a very middle class person and win, would you do it? Very middle class person and win, would you do it? I mean, the obvious answer is to say that yes, even harder than the rich person. Because rich people are often there because of circumstance. Middle class people? Now that's a choice.
Bruh.
Is it the responsibility of the public school system to teach morals? I don't know. The hell are you asking me, man? I think the internet's more responsible for teaching morals than school is. It's less about responsibility and who's actually going to do it. And we really don't need to talk about who should be doing it. I mean, I guess we should. That's a fine enough question, I suppose. Ooh, I got the piss long plane. I got the pee plane. The long pee plane. Sorry. I didn't mean to go full on Roblox character on you. Is it the responsibility of the public school system to teach morals? Is it the responsibility of the public school system to have bathrooms? To host bathrooms? And I'm thinking no, I'm thinking let the kids pee themselves. To host bathrooms. Now this isn't like a question of like, should public schools have trans bathrooms or allow trans kids to go into their designated bathroom or whatever. Now this is about hosting bathrooms at all. And no, I do think kids grade 0 to 12 should be wearing diapers. Would you repackage a gift in a trendy store box to lead a friend to believe you purchased it there? That's a good question. Would you lie to your friend? Maybe I leave that one. Would you repackage a gift in a trendy store box to lead a friend to believe you'd purchased it there? In a gifty... Maybe not... Maybe not necessarily to lead a friend to believe you purchased it there. Or rather to divert expectation. You know? I don't really like the idea of like, oh, you purchased a nice gift. What's in the box? But you'd be friends enough with somebody to know that, oh, this is a nice box. There's gonna be like a hand grenade in here. You know, because that's what you do with your friends. You fucking kill them. I mean, that's a fine enough question. What would you do if your son or daughter... What would you do if your son or daughter was dating someone of another race or religion? What the fuck? That's a perfect question. Don't even touch that. Don't even fucking touch that. Who the fuck wrote this shit, dude? What would you do if you're... I can't believe that that's a question. What do you mean, what would you do? What the fuck does that mean, man? What would you do? What the fuck? What would you do if your son or daughter was dating someone of another race or religion? What the fuck does that mean? What are you insinuating when you ask that question? Dude, I can't imagine what brain... I cannot imagine what brain you have to have in your skull to be like... to ask that question in the first place. Is this aimed at conservatives? Maybe it is. Would you throw back a fish that's 1 inch under the legal limit if it was the only one you'd caught that day? Would you throw back a fish that's 1 inch under the legal limit if it was the only fish? Have you ever intentionally driven through a red light? God, that's boring. God, that's boring.
Bruh.
Have you ever intentionally braked at a green light? No, that's just gonna insinuate like, oh well, it was an emergency. Oh well, it you know, there was an ambulance driving by. I couldn't exactly go. Have you ever intentionally rear-ended a rear-ended a person? Intentionally rear-ended someone. And not out of moral good either. I don't want you to be saving lives by rear-ending a car to push it out of the way. I want you to be rear-ending somebody out of malicious. Out of malicious. What would you do to avoid fighting in a war you disagreed with? I don't know. You show me at, like, the recruiting center and I pee myself? Sorry, Doc. I got IBS. Don't put that gun in my hand. I'm gonna shit myself. What would you do to avoid fighting in a war you disagreed with? I mean, that is, like, a good question, I guess. Yeah, that's a fine question. Maybe not the most inventive, but certainly one I can't disagree with. If you do something good because you think you will be rewarded, does it count? What do you mean, does it count? Good... What do you mean, does it count? Count to what? Wait, you think God's gonna... You think God is keeping track? You think you get up to St. Peter and he's just like, sorry, your intentions were a bit mixed when you put some money in this homeless man's cup. I love that idea. You're just like, yeah, I'm volunteering at a food bank. Oh shit, am I back on my floor? I am back on my floor. That's why it's taken forever. Wahoo! If you do something good because you think you will be rewarded, does it count? Now, I mean, it is a funny question. Maybe I leave it because it is a funny question. Does it count? What do you mean, does it count? What the fuck does that mean? As, like, a good deed? How do you measure that, man? You know? Not exactly weighing spirits against stones, you know? It's like... If you do something good because you think you will be rewarded, does it count? I wish I knew what you were referencing when you say, does it count? To enter heaven? To impress, like, all the women looking at you that day? To fucking piss yourself? Does it count towards peeing yourself? If you do something good, do you pee yourself? Does the reward count? Is that what you're saying? Like, if somebody pats you on the back and tells you you did something good, are you saying, like... Are you saying it's just like a measure against your consciousness? Does it count? Does it count, but against your own consciousness? Are you baiting against your own consciousness? Maybe it is a fine enough question. Does it count? No. Not because, like, it doesn't, but... just to, like, make you mad, I guess. If you could give one virtue to everyone in your community, which would you choose? Now, that's a funny question. Maybe we leave that one, too. One virtue to everyone in your community? One virtue... I wish I knew what the fuck you were talking about when you say virtue as well. Also, 300,000 in that fucking lucky block? I could have been eating a donut right now. I could have been eating a stale donut. I could have been killing. I could have been killing.